Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's bird video, doing a weekend forecast for today's bird video. So, as always on Saturday, we've got your detailed weekend look ahead, and I shall get time back for you in a moment. Just say about Thursday, video sales our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also released the ECM day 42 day for the UK and Ireland, and there's a 10 to 14 day with all other regular features on the way very shortly. Please like, share and subscribe on all today's videos and content, and thank you so much everyone. Sorry, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that, for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much to the Weather Outlook and weather for supplying the charts and the data. So much both. Right, so we've had our coldest week in January for probably 15 years, back to 2010, but things are beginning to turn less cold in the far west now. However, many parts of the country are still well and truly locked into the freezer, but we will see the cold relenting in the next few days. So that's basically the story of the weekend. However, in the south and southeast, it's going to take a long time to push these milder temperatures through. So I've had a band of rain, sleet and snow across western, southwest Scotland down into northwestern parts of England through this morning into this afternoon. But it's held in the change. Behind that, milder air is now in across Ireland, but ahead of it, to the south and the east of it, we see cold temperatures clinging on. So if I overlay the temperature, you'll see that it is a little bit less cold out in the west, through western Scotland, Northern Ireland, but many areas are still struggling to get those temperatures much above freezing. Well, here's today's Stockley pressure chart. High pressure is dominating the weather. This is the high pressure that was over Greenland, Iceland, a few days ago. It slipped down into the west of Europe, and on the northwestern side, we're starting to bring up this milder or less cold air from the Atlantic. So for the rest of the afternoon, we're going to find the outbreaks of rain, sleet, snow across western, southwest Scotland, northwestern England, turning increasingly light and patchy, and dying out. Won't make much more progress eastwards. The rest of the country staying mostly dry but cold. There'll be quite a bit of sunshine, but one or two freezing fog patches could linger in places. Always more cloud in the west, always more sunshine over in the east. Temperatures struggling to get much above freezing through large portions of central, especially if you have any fog lingering. As I say, temperatures are up to 7 or 8 degrees so through Northern Ireland. Overnight tonight, that high pressure still sitting across the country. It's going to be a very cold night through central, southern and eastern regions. Not perhaps quite as cold as recent nights, but even so, going well below freezing. Temperatures -4, -5, -6 in some places, and there could be freezing fog patches around as well. Further north and west, we'll see more in the way of cloud and a little bit of light rain and drizzle possible western Scotland, Northern Ireland. Here, temperatures will be holding up at about 2 or 3 degrees, but most places are going to have another cold, icy night, especially in the south and in the east. Tomorrow, Sunday, picks up more of a southwesterly flow, Scotland, Northern Ireland, so a rather milder day here, but with a lot of cloud and some showery outbreaks of rain. Meanwhile, England and Wales under the area, high pressure starting with quite a lot of fog. Most of that should go because I think we spread more cloud in from the west during the day, but some eastern, southeast regions probably keeping clear skies, so that's like the sunshine or maybe some freezing fog patches lasting through the day. Temperatures may be slightly less cold than today in the southeast, but still very chilly, only 2, 3, 4 degrees at best. Meanwhile, further north and west, we could see temperatures reaching like 10 degrees through western parts of Scotland. That's 15 in Fahrenheit. The real change, I think, starts to happen, though, on Monday as we pick up a southwesterly wind across the country. So, there's going to be a lot of dry weather, but there will be a fair amount of cloud enveloping the country from the Atlantic. Best of any sunshine will be for more southern and southeastern regions. There'll be, light rain and drizzle in the north and the west as well. That pushing a little bit further southwards and eastwards across the country. But the emphasis is on a lot of dry weather on Monday. Temperatures still pretty cool or quite cold in the southeast, really. Only 4 or 5 degrees. Further north and west, so temperatures between around 8 and 12 Celsius. And then into Tuesday, a little bit of uncertainty about how far north this ridge is. I think it'll be a bit further south than that, allowing more of a southwesterly across the country. So I'd imagine Tuesday quite a cloudy day. There'll be dampness with light rain and drizzle here and there, most of that tending to die out, though, and become confined to more western regions. Temperatures, I think, milder across the whole country, even in the south. I think temperatures will be up to around 7 or 8 degrees, and further north and west, again, 11, 12, 13, with a rapid fall of snow and ice for concerns, perhaps shifting more towards flooding in the north and in the west as well. Again, a bit of uncertainty about that high pressure position there on Wednesday. I reckon it'll be a bit further south than that. So Wednesday, probably again, a lot of cloud across the country, relatively mild too, dampness in the north and in the west, and temperatures probably somewhere between around 7 and 11 degrees. And to Thursday and Friday, I think then we start to bring in more of a continental flow across England and Wales anyway. And so I think we'll get rid of a lot of the cloud and clear the skies. And as that happens, we could well get an inversion, and that means that it starts to turn colder on the surface with increasing risk of fog, maybe freezing fog coming back, and some quite harsh night frost possible as well by the end of the week, maybe getting the temperature back down to -4 or -5. Scotland and Northern Ireland, again, I think we keep a lot of cloud there, and it stays relatively mild. But watch out for the chance of colder air coming back in from off the continent further south and east later on in the week. And then that probably lasting into the weekend as well. A bit of uncertainty about weekend. This model wants to break down the ridge by the other models keep the ridge going, so there's uncertainty about that, but I would imagine, again, the north and west, relatively mild, the south and the east could be quite cold through next weekend. If I have a quick look at charts over out, so mostly dry day today, very cold across the country away from the west. Tomorrow stays pretty cold, really, in the south and the east, just in the north and the west, starting to turn a bit milder. Monday still quite cold, even in southern and eastern regions, so it really taking a long time bring those milder temperatures through. Eventually, by the middle part of the week, we do see the temperature looking rather milder, but then later on in the week, the temperature probably falling again down in the south, becoming colder in the south and the east, with an increasing risk of night fog and frost. So, in summary, well, the big freeze is ending. That's the good news, if you're fed up with it. The bad news is that it's going to take quite a long time to get those milder temperatures down into the south and into the southeast. So, we're starting very cold, icy, frosty conditions. We're going to see temperature gradually becoming milder, most notably so in the north and in the northwest. Will take a long time to get milder temperatures through the southeast. Even there, it should get a bit less cold around the middle part of the week. But watch out later in the week for the possibility of an inversion in the south. If that happens, we could get fog and frost returning for the south and the southeast by the end of the week. Well, we're going to be back a little bit later on with your 10 to 14 there. I'll come back for that shortly. For the weekend broadcast for this week, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.